Hello everyone, Spirit Medium Daniel here with you again. This is my second video, and in this video I'm going to explain to you why I call myself a spirit medium. It goes back to when I was looking for help, trying to figure out who I am and what I am. I spoke with a few mediums that were very nice, some that were willing to help me just out of the goodness of their own hearts. One in particular who told me that I could speak to my angels also told me they had a particular task for me to do. And I said, task? What is it that I'm supposed to do? She said, you are supposed to cross spirit over into heaven, into the light. Because all spirits see my light, see my energy, they believe I am the light into heaven. But what I really am is a guide for them. Some spirits are lost, confused, scared, just not knowing which way to go. Why I say they are scared? Because when they were here on earth, as human, in a human form or body, we were all conditioned to believing certain things, believing things that religion wanted to, I say, brainwash us with. They would tell us that if we were bad people, excuse me, if we were bad people or did bad things throughout our lives, we would go to places like purgatory and hell. Those two places do not exist. They were made up by religion in order to have power over you, so they could keep you under their thumb, keep you where they wanted you to be. But I will explain more about that in another video. So when they said that I am supposed to be a guide for them, I equated that to being I'm going to walk them through the process. So the way it worked with that is my spirit guides, my angels, they communicate with me, like I have said before in video 1, with touch. They give me this for a yes across the top of my eyebrow and a tear coming down my face for a no. And through the process of basically elimination, I found out which was which pretty quickly, because they trust in me and they're not going to give up on me ever. So through that, they would touch me to get my attention. They would touch my forehead, touch me. Sometimes they would touch me in odd places. It was kind of funny. I would get weird things. They would touch me on my ear, touch me on my nose. Sometimes they would touch me right on my eyelid, because I knew that would itch. It would really get my attention. And it did. So they would do that, and I would say, do you need my attention? And then I would get yes. Now, if I would ask that and I didn't need my attention, I would get no. But I'd say, do you need my attention? Yes. And I would say, is there a spirit here that needs crossing? Yes. Now, like I've said in my other video, I see spirit all of the time. I see them with my eyes open, and I see them with my eyes closed. But I can see them more vividly with my eyes closed. So what I would do is I would take my hand, put it over my eyes, And when I do that, I could see them come in. I see a form float in. Sometimes I see a face. Sometimes I just see a shape. And I will speak to them. And I know when they see me, all they see is a bright shining light. So I'm sure it scared them a little bit. So I will say to them, "Hello, Spirit, are you here? I know you see my light, my energy. But now you hear a voice coming from that. So you know that I am a man. I'm a living man. I'm still alive." And then I will tell them, "Can you please show me your energy?" And when I do that, I see a little sparkle there. If you've ever seen videos on YouTube of underwater, deep water fishing, and you see these little fish floating around, not flying, floating, maybe flying, floating around in the water, and they're so deep that you see, looks like a little electric going across their body. That's what I see. So I ask them, "Please show me your energy." And that's what they do. They show a little sparkle. Then I know, I say, "Now I know you're paying attention to me." Sometimes they don't pay attention to me. Sometimes I will speak to them and they will float off in a different direction. Because when you're in that realm, when you're in that level, that different plane, you don't feel any pain. There's no sorrow. You're just basically enjoying yourself. And it's sometimes hard to keep their attention when you're enjoying yourself that much. So I will then tell them again, "Please pay attention to me. I'm here to help you. I'm here to cross you over into the light. I know you believe my light is that light, but I am not. I am just a guide for you to send you into the light." Now, I'm not going to go through the whole process with you, because when I do this, this is a very personable experience. And it's just for them and me. So I go through a process with them. Now, like I said, sometimes they don't want to pay attention. And if they don't want to pay attention, I will revert back. I will talk to my angels and say, "Look, they're not paying attention to me. They're not listening and doing what I'm asking them to do. Will you please talk to them for me, and maybe we can get them back on track?" And so I'll wait a couple minutes, and I will ask my angels again, do they want to come back? Do they want to go? And I get a no. And I say, "Okay, well, we'll try again with the next one." Sometimes I get one or two that want to cross over. There have been times when I've got 10 to 15 of them in a row. When I cross a spirit over, it takes about 10 to 15 minutes. It takes a lot of energy out of me to do this, because I guide them through the whole process. I'm very explicit about what I say. I'm very to the point, because I want them to get to where they need to be, which is heaven. The best part about it for me is I get to watch the whole thing. I see that light appear, and I see them go into it. I talk them through it from the beginning until they step through. And then there's that flash. To describe that better than any movie scene I have ever seen in my entire life puts Steven Spielberg to shame. You can't describe this. It is absolutely amazing to see. So, this is one of my talents. This is one of my gifts that I was given to do. My angels contact me. They bring the spirit to me. I talk them through every step. I let them know that I am still here when they are going. I try to keep them in line. Sometimes I like to wander off. I try to keep them in a straight line and keep them going to their destination. And when it's over, I feel happy. I ask my angels, is everything okay with them now? And they say yes. You're in heaven. What's wrong with being there? Nothing. All your friends, all your family, everyone you've ever known who have ever passed away is there. You are surrounded by love. The best part is if you want to come back and visit, you can. And that's why some of you who are out there feel your mother or your father, sister, brother, cousin with you, in the room next to you, in the car next to you, wherever you are, you feel their presence because they came back to check on you. They do that from time to time. When you feel them, talk to them. They are right there. My father comes to visit me all the time, and I know it's my father. I smell his cologne. He used to wear something called Stetson. He also was a smoker. So when he comes through, I smell a little bit of smoke mixed in with the Stetson. That's how I know it's him. My grandfather comes to visit me. When my grandfather, before he passed away, when he stayed with us, he would sit out on the porch and he would eat peppermint candies. When I smell peppermint candies, I know it's my grandfather. With my father now, because him knowing that my angels communicate with me, I can talk to him and he will communicate with me. Still only so far yes and no answers. But it's my dad, and I'm talking to him, and I haven't seen my dad in 10 years. And me, like anyone else, I miss him. But I know he's in a good place. And he is waiting for me to come. That doesn't mean I'm not going to sit here and enjoy my life, because I am. I'm going to enjoy it as much as I can. But I'm looking forward to going there too. Like I said, no pain, no sorrow, no regrets. Just love and forgiveness. What's wrong with that? I think I received one of the coolest gifts. Other mediums I have talked to, I haven't found anyone else who does what I do. Not saying there aren't others out there who do this, but but I have other medium friends who ask me to do this for them. I have one medium friend who took me to a site. It was a grave site off of a road. Some people died there. And this is one thing you shouldn't do. When someone dies on the side of a road by hitting a tree or something, please do not bring any items of theirs that they had a very strong connection with to that site. Because those spirits there will stay there. Like I said, you can use free will to not go. And they will stay at that site because of the connection of those items and because of the connection of you visiting them there all the time. They will stay there. They are not supposed to be there. They are supposed to be up in heaven. God wants all of his children to come home. When they are finished learning their lessons here, he wants them to come home. So please, I urge you to not bring any items there. Let them cross. So like I said, she brought me to this site. There were 4 souls there. I ended up crossing 2. 2 of them didn't want to leave. One was a man that went and one was a little girl. And I could see her face. When I closed my eyes, I could see her face. She was so happy to go. So again, this is one of my gifts. This is one of the things that I do. I cross spirit over into the light. And that is why I call myself a spirit medium. So far as I know, that's just one of the things that I do. I do something else too. It's what I'm doing here, teaching. I'm supposed to teach people about the wrongs and rights of the world. But we'll get into that in another video. But for right now, this is Spirit Medium Daniel signing off. Please subscribe to my channel. I will be bringing you more videos, and if you put up questions, I will answer them for you. Live within the light.